Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Full text of the Aburi Discord that started the Biafran War. Full text of the Aburi Discord that started the Biafran War. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. The Aburi Accord remains a watershed moment in the history of Nigeria, not for the agreement that was reached, but for the discord that was created by head of state General Yakubu Gowon and leader of the eastern region Colonel Odimegolo Ojukwu, which later plunged the country into the Biafran War. It is imperative that we enlighten ourselves with the communique issued at the end of the two-day meeting held between 4th to 5th of January 1967. At the time, Lieutenant General Ankara was Ghanaian leader. He presided over the meeting. 1. A military committee comprising representatives of the regions should meet to take statistics of arms and ammunition in the country. Unallocated stores of arms and ammunition held in the country should be shared equitably between the various commands in the Federation. 2. The army should be reorganized in order to restore discipline and confidence specifically. The army should be governed by the Supreme Military Council, which would be chaired by a Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the head of the federal military government. Area commands under area commanders and corresponding to existing regions should be created. During the period of the military government, military governors should have control over area command for internal security. A military headquarters comprising equal representation from the regions and headed by its chief of staff should be established. A Lagos garrison, including Ikeja Barracks, should be created. In accordance with the decision of August 9, 1966, army personnel of northern Nigeria origin should return to the north from the west. In order to meet the security needs of the west, a crash program of recruitment and training is necessary, but the details should be examined after the military committee has finished their work. The Supreme Military Council should deal with all matters of policy, including promotion to top executive posts in the armed forces and the police. The legislative and executive authority of the federal military government should be referred for determination, provided that where a meeting was not possible, such a matter must be referred to the military governors for their comment and concurrence. Appointments to the diplomatic and consular post, as well as to super-scale posts in the federal public service and equivalent posts in the federal corporations, must be approved by the Supreme Military Council. With a view to promoting mutual confidence, all decrees or provisions of decrees passed since January 15, 1966, which detracted from the previous powers and positions of the regional government, should be repealed. Law officers of the Federation should meet in Benin on January 14, 1967, and list all the decrees or provisions of decrees concerned, so that they may be repealed no later than January 21, 1967, if possible. A meeting of permanent secretaries of the ministries of finance of all the governments in the Federation should be convened within 2 weeks to consider ways and means of resolving the serious problems posed by displaced persons all over the country. Displaced civil servants and corporation staff, including daily paid employees, should continue to be paid their full salaries until March 31, 1967, provided they have not secured alternative employment. The military governors of the East, West, and Midwest should send representatives. Police commissioners to meet and discuss the problems of recovery of property left behind by displaced persons. The ADHOC Constitutional Committee should resume sitting as soon as practicable, and the question of accepting the unanimous recommendations of September 1966 should be considered at a later meeting of the Supreme Military Council. For at least the next 6 months, there should be purely a military government having nothing to do with politicians. The deceased military leaders should be accorded full military honors due them. All government information, media should be restrained from making inflammatory statements and causing embarrassment to various governments in the Federation. Lieutenant Colonel Ojoko should keep his order that non-Easterners should leave the Eastern region under constant review with a view to it being lifted as soon as practicable. The next meeting of the Supreme Council, Military Council should be within Nigeria at a venue to be mutually agreed. To my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let's know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.